commander from one place will meet with the other one, and then they decide on where we're going to take on. Which battlefield to use? Am I coming to you or you coming to me? So this other one looked at it and said, yo, you know what, I'll get back to you on that one. He actually had 200 soldiers. He didn't have the best machine guns or the best bombs and tanks. But he was about to take on a huge foe of thousands and thousands who multiply them possibly 100 times. And he says, listen, I'll get back to you on that one. Let me go and consult. And there were only 200. The difference between the two places is that they were just separated by a river. And by that river there was a bridge. So he went back to his people and he said, my soldiers, I've decided. So he didn't consult. He said, I've decided as your commander that we will go and fight there. They say, what? Are you mad? We will be stepping on their ground and the bombs will be booming on us before they even touch us. They'll be sitting there having dinner. While we die, the bombs, they will just plant bombs anywhere there. So he said to them, and then the other one said, but how can we go there? We have families here. And he says, exactly my point. Exactly my point. We will go, we will cross that bridge and fight there. Whatever happens, happens. We will not allow them to get to our wives and our kids and our homes. So we will go and fight there. So they went, they were not happy, they were very skeptical about it. So they crossed the bridge, and then he picks up one of them and says, you. Took up a box of matches and he said, you, bend that bridge. Are you mad? Are you mad? When it's bombing, we want to run back home. And he says, you bend that bridge now. He bent the bridge, and then it went up in smoke. And he said to them, you see that bridge that's going up in smoke? Now I'm telling you now that we are going to fight. And we are going to fight and fight, or we will perish. Just like this bridge, we will go up in smoke. Or we will fight and build another bridge to get back home to our wives and kids. So they bent the bridge, they went and fought and fought. And as they were fighting, they had nothing to lose. No one had any chance to retreat and go back home. They had to fight because they all wanted to go back home and see their wives and kids. They fought and they won the war. What am I saying to you? Leave yourself no possible way to retreat. You win or you perish. You burn all your bridges. You forget about mixing for a while. You forget about WhatsApp for a while. You forget about friends, and you know it deep down in your heart that every time your friend is about to go and study, what do? No, my friend, you will see that later. If you have done it to them, they are doing it to you. We are a distraction to each other. Be a good friend. But before you become a good friend, be a good friend to yourself. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself against your other friends by being your best friend. Go and study. Put up a glue if you may. Put up a glue on that chair and sit. Don't move. If you move with it. With the book next to you here. Leave yourself no possible way to retreat. And if you have failed previously, so what? If I take this piece of paper now, and I say, this is on the ground, it's flat, it's down and out. But what way does this other paper have to go? What other way does it left me? Can it go any further down? No, it can't. But this little paper can go a little bit up. So if you're down, you have only one way to go, and that's the way up. You can't go any further. But now let's challenge comes for those who are up here. Those who are up here, there's two possible ways. It's either you go up or you go down. You're going to maintain that. You're going to find. And that's possibly the most difficult part of them all, is to maintain the standard that has been high for the rest of your life. So many expectations that even your parents are just so sure that you are going to make it. They have no idea what giant you are about to take up on. But what can you say? You were raised like that. Expectations are always there. But if society has so much expectations on you, what expectations do you have on yourself? In my closing, I want to share a story for those who have failed and those who are going to fail in life. And I say I didn't fail. Actually, I did my first year in 2002 at the University of Pretoria. And I failed the first year. And luckily, I had to reapply. I got taken in. But in the medical faculty, everywhere in the country, that if you fail twice, you have to go out. You are out by default. You cannot reapply. You have to go prove yourself and get a degree and come back. So I failed my first year. I took my first year again. I passed and I went to second year. I got to second year. I failed my second year. So that was over. But hey, there's a man upstairs. Yes. They say your book of life is already written. All we're doing is just to fulfill the prophecy. And prayers, they say prayers are powerful. But I've learned recently, actually it was yesterday, that not all prayers are powerful. Prayer of a believer is the most powerful.